YouTubers, we got a Honda EX1000 generator here today. Just barely picked this guy up today, actually, like 30 minutes ago. We're gonna go ahead and give it a whack, see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. If we get it started in this video, it'll be the end of the video. If we don't, this will be the preliminary video, the start of this generator, or the starting of the repair, I should say. But let's go ahead and look at the generator. Like I said, I bought it for a really good price. It's dry, no fuel in it. The guy drained all the fuel out. He said he always keeps his equipment that way. I do too, which I appreciate. Hopefully there isn't anything else actually wrong with it due to the fact that that's empty, whether there's a fuel line leaking, carburetor, so on. Now I noticed the oil was a little low, so we're going to go ahead and just try to repeat what's going on with it before we do anything. Now on these generators, as you can see here, oil alert with a light. These have a low oil sensor on them, and if the oil is low, like it is here, they won't start, they won't run. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that's what's wrong with it. So let's go ahead and throw some fuel in it. He lost a clip to this side, that's why there's a zip tie on it. Might have to pull the zip tie off to get in there to help out with some carb cleaner to help get it started. Again, I don't know if I can show you this. It is dry. There's really nothing in there, if you can see it. Let's get you some light. Zoom in there. It's dark. The darkness! Anyways. Okay, I can't move this stand. There we go. So, it is dry. We are going to start off with a little bit of seafoam. Now, does seafoam work in carburetor? Does it actually help clean the carburetor? Nah, I haven't found anything to say yes or no. I throw it in just for kind of a start. I'm sure it helps somewhat, help clean things out. But as far as a plugged carburetor, if your carburetor is plugged, there's really nothing that's going to unplug it. If there's a chance of any fuel flowing through your jets and through your carburetor, then stuff like that, or mechanic in a bottle, or other carburetor type cleaners, like B12 Chem Tool, they might actually do something if the fuel can go through it. If the fuel can't go through it, the cleaner can't get through the carburetor. So, in my little rant for you today, try to keep on subject now. Go ahead and fill it up here. If I can, I might actually have to pull that centerpiece out, because this was designed for the old style fuel tanks, the ones with the nozzles, and this has the type that you have to push to get it to engage. So we're going to have to turn upside down, push on it to engage it. This is 88 octane ethanol free. I run ethanol free in everything that has a carburetor. And in fact, my Toyota pickup truck here, my $400 Toyota pickup, it likes ethanol free. It actually gets 1.5 miles per gallon better on ethanol free. Back then, they didn't have ethanol in their fuel, so it kind of makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and choke it here. It looks like that's choke. Flip it back around. I'm going to turn this to the on position, and I believe that is both your ignition shut off and your fuel shut off. That's how a lot of these Honda generators are designed. That's how they are now. I believe that's how they were then. So I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for a second. Got it, looks like about a half a tank on the gauge up here. Let's see if we can get it started. So no start. I'm going to smell around the exhaust. So I can smell fuel in the exhaust. I definitely can. So we're going to go ahead and put some oil in it. See what that does. See if it's got a low oil shutoff. 95% sure it does. As you can see, it's pretty dirty as well, so it'll be getting an oil change after this. But I'm just putting some garbage 10W30 in there. I used to use this stuff in my Subaru when I drove my Subaru around everywhere. Oh, we got a fuel leak, everybody. I'm going to shut that guy down. I'm going to go ahead and still put fuel in it, or oil in it. So I'm going to make a guess that that is the real reason why it's out of fuel. Not the fact that he ran it out of fuel, but it's got a fuel leak. That's what I'm going to guess. I'll go ahead and check it here. You don't screw the drain plug in when you check these. You just set them in, pull them out, check. Still nothing. I'm going to go ahead and put some more fuel in there. There's also a chance that it spilled fuel out from tipping it backwards, but I don't think I saw the spill until I tipped it backwards. So, yeah, we'll get to it. Go ahead and tip it forwards here, nice and slow. Starting to see oil in there now. Check it again. We are about halfway up the dipstick. That's about where I want it to be. Go ahead and screw that guy back in. Cap back on the oil. Make sure you guys are still recording. You are. I'm going to turn this guy back on and try it again. Well, I knew it. I knew it. No, and that's probably it flooding out there. So it definitely is coming out of the carburetor itself. But it did start after we put the oil in it. So it starts and runs after putting oil in it, but as you can see, we are definitely smoking now. Now I'm not sure if that is from the engine being tipped backwards or on its side or not being stored in an upright position, which can easily happen with these engines, or if it is from the oil being low, the oil being dirty, and possible damage has happened to the engine. So, and we are definitely leaking fuel out of it still. So we're going to go ahead, end the video here, We got about 10 minutes into it now. So I'll upload this guy and we will see more of this generator, pulling it apart, going through that carburetor, cleaning it out, and seeing what we can do about starting it, letting it run for a while, and seeing if that oil goes away, or the smoke, and getting that oil changed in that too. But hope you guys enjoyed, tubers. I got a little generator, kind of cool. Hope we can have a good one. Talk to you guys later. Bye.